Alright guys, welcome back to another Fortnite video, and in this one, it is time to go over a bunch of update news around Season 9. I'm talking about the possibility of a futuristic tilted towers. We're going to go over some news pointing towards that. Of course, we're going to be covering the second teaser for Season 9. We're going to be talking about something called the Gateway, which was revealed to us, and just overall a bunch of update news that you guys definitely want to hear about. There's some interesting stuff here. So as always guys, if you enjoy the video, find it helpful, be sure to use my creator code TheLlamaSir. I appreciate it so much, and big thanks to all of you who have already been doing so. And also with that, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications to be kept up to date with update news and stuff like that, and also hit that like button down below while you're at it, especially if you're excited for Season 9. I mean, I cannot wait. But let's go ahead and jump into it with the first thing I want to talk about in this video, and let's just start off with the second teaser that we have had revealed to us. And if you've already seen it, you can skip ahead a little bit in the video. We're only going to be talking about it for like a couple of minutes, but I do recommend staying and hearing through this because we're mainly going to be talking about some other ideas and things that could be hidden in this image. But basically, this is the teaser that we got today. It's a little bit different from the one we got yesterday, but also very similar. As you can see, you know, it's more of an orange and red instead of the blue and purple that we had from the previous one. And then on top of that, you also have a skin that looks to be like maybe a pilot of something like a plane or something like that, if that makes sense. Just judging from like the armor and the helmet. And again, this skin is kind of similar in style to the one we got yesterday. And if you haven't seen my video covering all of that stuff, be sure to check it out. I will leave a link down below in the description, pinned comment, and also as a card if you just want to wait until the end. But if you saw that image, you knew that there was an N hidden in it, and then this one is obviously an E. So, you know, that gets us wondering, what is it they're spelling out here? Some of the ideas that I think could be likely, obviously, if, you know, there's only one more teaser, it could just be one more letter. So with that being the case, it could be spelling out new. That's pretty much the only, you know, three-letter word that would make sense, unless the letters are out of order, but I don't think that would be the case, especially since Donald Mustard put out a tweet saying NE, so, you know, he has them in order, so I'm assuming, you know, it's got to be in order. But on top of that, it could also be spelling out near, which would make a lot more sense, but that also, you know, begs the question, are they going to put two letters in the last teaser, or maybe do two different teasers, you know, tomorrow? But that would make a lot more sense because, like, if you look at the caption for this one specifically, it says the future is bright, and then the previous one I think was the future is unknown, so it could go hand in hand with that and could make sense. But yeah guys, definitely pretty interesting. But let's keep it going here with some other update news, and this is actually really big for Season 9 and sort of leads me into a little bit of the stuff with tilted towers, but that's coming up in just a minute. Basically, this first thing I wanted to talk about right here is another thing that Donald Mustard put up that is very, very interesting that we definitely need to talk about. So as you guys know, I mean, we've talked about Donald Mustard a ton. Again, if you don't know who he is, he's basically the creative director for Fortnite. He puts out a ton of, you know, clues and stuff for the story and for the new seasons. He's probably like the #1 person that puts out clues and stuff like that. And basically, one of the things he does a lot is changes his location on Twitter to reflect different stuff happening in game and hinting at new stuff. So if we take a look at his location right now, as you can see, it has changed to the Gateway. Now, the Gateway is definitely something to take note of, because I'm pretty sure that does not mean the vault, although it could maybe mean the vault. I do think it's something else. It depends on when he changed this, but I feel like he just changed it recently, like after the event at Loot Lake. So I do think it's new, but with that being said, a gateway is something that, you know, you go through, and if we've had all of these teasers saying that the future is ... it could be that the gateway is how these, you know, future skins and stuff are going to come into the game. So I'm expecting at like the start of Season 9, we'll see like this gateway open or something like that, probably with similar technology to the vault in the center of Loot Lake. But with that being said, you know, the gateway could open and all that stuff could come in. That's how we could get like a new area. I mean, that would make the most sense, don't you guys think? And by the way, if you guys have ideas about what the gateway could be sure to leave your comments down below. Or are you just excited for like the Season 9 story to finally be happening? I know I am, so yeah, leave a comment down below. But let's keep it going here with the next thing I wanted to talk about, which is the possibility of a brand new tilted towers, a futuristic tilted towers. Now, this is something that I think is very, very likely, judging from a bunch of things that could definitely be pointing towards it. And this is just a theory right now, but for example, when I say futuristic tilted towers, I'm meaning like something like this right here. Now, this is a creative map created by Makamahone123. 3, I believe. But basically, like, I think something like this could be very, very likely. Again, we have a bunch of things pointing towards something like this happening to Tilted Towers, but like if we saw a futuristic Tilted Towers that looks even remotely like this map, which looks amazing, that would be so cool. I would love, you know, exploring a futuristic version of, you know, Tilted Towers. But yeah, going into it, why do I say that there's a bunch of stuff pointing towards this? Well, the first of which I think, you know, is probably the biggest thing pointing towards this is, again, a tweet that Donald Mustard had put up. Now, specifically what he said was from the ashes ... in response to when he said any, and that was in response to, you know, the future is bright teaser image number 2. But yeah, from the ashes, that's very, very interesting because you have to think, where are their ashes? Well, pretty much 2 main spots, Retail Row and Tilted Towers. That is right, guys. Tilted Towers is obviously in ashes. It got pretty much decimated, and when somebody says like from the ashes, they obviously mean, you know, something showing up out of the ashes. So with that being said, it could be possible that with the gateway and all of this future stuff, we could see at the beginning of season 9 a new version of Tilted Towers that is like a futuristic version. Now, that's not the only reason I think that. I also keep on wondering, would they keep Tilted Towers the way it is right now for, you know, an entire season? Because as of right now, you know, it's interesting. It's cool to switch it up, you know, and have Tilted Towers finally be destroyed. But it's also probably, if not the most popular spot to go in the whole of Fortnite. So keeping it gone for an entire season or like 2 months, I don't know if Epic Games would do that. So, you know, giving us a week to run around with the destroyed version of Tilted Towers and then replacing it with a futuristic version in season 9 could be something that I think is pretty likely. And again, just judging by how all of this futuristic type stuff they have had going on, I mean, there's got to be some future areas on the map, so that could be another thing pointing towards this. But overall, guys, what do you think about that? Do you think a futuristic version of Tilted Towers could be really cool? Be sure to let me know. And actually, one other thing that I found kind of random before we move into the next piece of update news, if you actually want to see the regular version of Tilted Towers again, for whatever reason, it still shows up. If you go into creative, go into the, you know, rifts that bring you to the main map, for whatever reason, if you go into creative, the regular Tilted Towers is still there. I just found that kind of interesting, and if you missed the old Tilted Towers and, you know, want to visit it for whatever reason, you still can. So I wanted to bring that up too. Maybe that has something to do with it, but probably not. Either way though, let's keep it going here with the next piece of update news I want to talk about, and that is the fact that if you go to the center of Loot Lake and take a look at the different, I don't know what you want to call them, but these are like light things, as you know, where the runes went into, there's 5 of them. Well, for whatever reason, one of them is off, but the other 4 are still on. So this leads us to think, you know, what is the reasoning for that? Are there going to be 4 other things happening in the future for each one of these lights, or is it just random? Is it a glitch? As of right now, we obviously don't know. We're gonna have to probably wait until season 9 begins to find out. Maybe this thing won't be here. Maybe it'll open up again. Hard to say as of right now, but yeah, I definitely wanted to bring that up just in case, you know, it is something big for the next season. And if you guys have ideas, be sure to leave them down below in the comments. After that though, something I want to bring up, speaking of like possible new areas coming to the map for season 9 and stuff like that, something that has actually been in the game for a little while now, but you know, we never really knew what it was for, could definitely, as of right now, look like it's going to be for season 9 specifically, and like for changes to the map and things like that. Now, what am I talking about? Well, basically, if you go into creative and go to a specific island, I mean, it doesn't have to be this island. There are also, I'm pretty sure, prefabs, but if you go onto the, I think it's like river something, whatever it is, it's something river, you go onto that map and there are brand new buildings that we have never seen on the Battle Royale map. And like, as you can see, they're very unique, and I believe they are military themed. If you take a look at the prefabs, the names of them are specifically like military prefabs. But that's not the only thing about this. I remember seeing somewhere, I think it was in an announcement, I couldn't find that same announcement, but I'm pretty sure they said something along the lines of, this is the first time they're adding these into creative before they come into like Battle Royale, or something along those lines. I may be remembering it wrong, but if that is indeed the case, it could definitely mean that these are coming into the game for Season 9, and that's what we could be seeing for like a big area on the map, or at least like one new area on the map would be like a base or something like that, similar to like how we have Sunny Steps, and that could also, you know, probably be a named location. Now with that being said, it would make a lot of sense because a couple of the skins that we've seen so far from the teasers do seem to be military themed, especially the one that we got today. And also, I mean, looking at this, it does seem very futuristic, so to say. I mean, it's not like super futuristic, but it, you know, fits in with that, so it could be what they're referencing in terms of like the future stuff, but I also still hope for something at Tilted Towers as well. So with all of that, putting it all together, I think it's very, very likely that this could be the case of a new named location, so I definitely wanted to bring that up right here. But then for the final thing I want to talk about in this video, these are some confirmed audio changes and fixes for Season 9 that were put up by Zach B Audio, who is the director of audio production. It was put up over on like the Fortnite Reddit and stuff like that, and there's a lot to go over here, but let's just highlight the main things that seem to be planned for 9.0, which is obviously Season 9. So basically the first thing he puts up is that Switch audio dropout issue fixed. I'm not even really sure what that is, but hey, you know, it's fixed. But then on top of that, you've also got better tactical audio when inside player built structures. Enemy pickaxe impact within one building tile radius has new louder sound. Wall break by enemy close behind player much clearer / louder. That's definitely pretty nice. It's going to be more noticeable for when you're like, you know, turtled up and somebody's trying to break into your 1x1. That has been a problem that has been around for a little bit. You sometimes don't really hear when somebody's breaking in like behind you. So that's a good fix. I'm happy with stuff like that. On top of that, there's also explosion audio improvements, shorter, higher dynamic range sounds that will make explosion audio clearer and punchier. So, you know, pretty nice right there. And on top of that, fix for PC audio device swap issues. We are planning to have this for the 9.1 release. Not really sure what that is, but hey, it's something to keep in mind. And then after that, guys, there's this stuff as well, which I will include in here. Maybe you can pause and read it, but overall, it's some upcoming changes that they're working on apparently. But like the main thing that I'm really interested in is the improvement of close versus distant player gliding sounds to help clarify distance of gliding enemies. I hope this more so fixes the times where you like can't even hear somebody gliding behind you. That's happened a few times to me, and it's super annoying because all of a sudden, you know, you're getting shot at and you turn around and somebody's right there on your tower. But either way, I'm happy that that's being looked into. But anyways, guys, that is going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more Season 9 videos coming out super soon. On top of that, be sure to check out some of my previous videos here, such as on the left, my previous Season 9 info video, and then on the right, another fun video I'm sure you guys will enjoy. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in the next one.